Welcome everybody to the June training session of Code Club. Super excited to see everybody. See a bunch of new faces who are joining us for the first time. That's awesome. Peter, welcome back. Let me share real fast kind of the outline for today, and then we'll get started. All right, so we're going to do brief introductions, your name, your library, and what you do there, an upcoming book that you're excited about because, you know, we're librarians. That's what we like to talk about. And then we're going to talk a little bit about how the app has changed, how the summer contest and virtual code clubs are progressing. And we're going to kind of have a discussion about how the new training center, we're working on updating all our training materials, and we want your input. And then after questions from you, we'll talk about obstacles that we have currently, other than the big one. What obstacles we might be facing, and kind of brainstorm ways we might be able to help each other. So I will get started. My name is Ryan Congdon. I work here for Prenda Code Club. Been about 8 months now. Before that, I was a programming librarian for about 10 years in Virginia and in Idaho Falls. So library programs are near and dear to my heart. I think they're one of the most important things we can do as librarians for our communities. And now I get to help libraries all over the world run great programs. So it's lots of fun. Upcoming book that I'm excited about, one of my favorite authors, Naomi Novik, has a pair of books that she's releasing. She released the first one earlier this year. It's called The Deadly Education. And the sequel is coming out, I think, this winter, which is called The Last Graduate. And essentially it's Harry Potter, but Hogwarts is trying to kill and eat all the students. And there's no teachers, and it's a much darker kind of mythology, but lots of fun. She's a fabulous writer. If you're not familiar with her work, her first books were His Majesty's Dragon, the historical fantasy with dragons during the Napoleonic Wars. Great stuff if you're into that sort of thing. And she's written a lot of great things since then. So we're going to go down the line on my list. So Peter, you will be next.
So I'm Peter Grant with the Buckeye Public Library System here in the Phoenix area in Arizona. And I must admit, I'm not one who tracks up and coming fiction, but a book I was really surprised at recently was called Go Like Hell. It basically tells the story that is the basis of the movie Ford v. Ferrari. Oh. I'd known about the book for a little bit, but started reading it last weekend and dove into it, right away in the first 20 pages in a way I hadn't in a book for a while. So,
oh, fantastic. I heard good things about that movie too, so I imagine the book must have been fantastic.
Yeah, book is much more detailed and hopefully much more accurate because there are some questionable character portrayals in the movie.
Oh, gotcha.
Bit of a background. Automotive history is kind of my big hobby. So that's where I do a lot of my recreational reading.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you. And Deanna.
Well, I'm Deanna Frazee. I'm the director of the Killeen Public Library in Texas, where it's gotten much too hot already. Yeah, we griped about the winter storm in February. We could gripe about the heat now all summer. That's what we do.
That's our prerogative, right?
Yeah. We're not used to cold. I lived in Iowa, so I know this really isn't as bad as it gets, but summer in Iowa is a delight compared to this. But I will trade this. I'll keep this and give up the cold. Upcoming books, I honestly can't tell you because I don't think that far ahead. Looking at my reading list, though, 2 books away, I'm really excited about The Bad Muslim Discount. It just looks delightful. But I'm not there yet. I'm still in the middle of the Starless Sea. So.
Well, and you can't jump ahead. That's not allowed, right?
No, because I was waiting on this one for far too long.
Gotcha. Thank you. Beth. welcome.
Hi, I'm Beth Prayer, and I'm from South Huntington Public Library in New York. I am the head of youth services. I don't have anything in particular I am looking forward to reading, but I am currently reading The Candy Mafia, which is a middle grade book and imagines it's kind of a mix between a child-friendly dark noir in a world where candy is illegal and a gumshoe with all like the fun trademark type things that go along with it is investigating like the illegal candy trade.
The illegal candy trade. Very nice. That sounds lots of fun, actually.
It is.
I did the children's section in both libraries I was in. So I haven't read a lot of children's literature, but I'm looking forward to the new Brandon Mull coming out at the end of the year. So yeah. Well, welcome. And just show of hands real fast. Who is kind of just signed up for Code Club, just signed up for Prenda? Awesome. Okay, I thought that might be the case. Julie, you're next, if you would, please.
Hi, I'm Julie Strunk. I'm manager of children's and youth services at the Lakewood Public Library in Lakewood, Ohio. Lakewood is just west of Cleveland on Lake Erie. And I'm really looking forward to Code Club. I literally just got the information this week on how to put it on the website. So I don't have any experience at all with Prenda yet. And as far as what I'm reading, because I'm a youth services manager, I'm actually reading all of the middle school summer reading assignments right now, and they all pertain to social justice. So Class Act, one of the good ones, March, the first volume, and the Parker Inheritance, and let's see, there's several more, but you get the gist of what I'm reading right now. And I'm enjoying them. On my own at home, I just finished The Apothecary. I don't know if anyone has read that. And then right now I am reading When the Apricots Bloom. And that's it. Thank you.
Well, welcome, welcome. And I believe, Robert, are you with us? Oh, here we go. He has shared office, so he can't turn on his microphone. He's teen librarian for the Mansfield Richland County Public Library, and he's looking forward to anything Harry Turtledove. Very nice. Haven't read any Harry Turtledove, but familiar with his work. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. For those of you who are new to Prenda, I'm going to put in the chat now my Calendly link. So anytime you need to set up a chat with me and get some ideas or solve some problems or just talk about kind of how to set this whole thing up, go ahead, set up a time that works for you. I am very flexible with my schedule, and I can fit you in whenever works best, and we'll get everything sorted out. So well, welcome. I'm excited you are all here. Let's talk about the app real quick. So we've been making a lot of changes to the Code Club app. We just finished a giant update of the curriculum where all of the videos and tutorials in the app are all made in-house now by Luke and myself. So it doesn't link you to YouTube videos or other services. So it's all stuff, that we've vetted and created and is trustworthy and high quality, hopefully. I think it's pretty high quality. It's good stuff. We've also been changing how the app flows to make it a little more user-friendly, a little more intuitive. One of the more recent is, see if I can get this. Screen sharing is still kind of a mystery to me. In our missions or tab, are you with me still? Okay, perfect. We've changed how the mission setup flows. We've also added a bunch of missions. So now some of the missions that we had before, we've broken into, you can do it using Scratch, you can do it using Python, you can do it using JavaScript, to give you different ways to approach the same project and the same problem. What the kids will see, they'll see their top priority mission right now. It's the bringing the zoo to the wild, the summer coding contest missions, but they can sort it if they want to work on their web projects or games or scripting based on what their interests are. That way they just kind of get a better idea of what's available based on what they're looking to learn, because that's really our big focus is student-driven education. Before that, they were all just kind of lumped together and you had to sort through them and see what was there on your own. But we've broken that process down for the kids, and we think it'll be a lot more effective, and we'll get a lot more use out of it. So that is that. We are working on the next change to the app will be just kind of an overhaul of the design elements, simplify the color scheme and the layout to make it a little more user-friendly. And that should be coming in the next month or so. So hopefully by our next meeting, we'll be able to show you that. Update on the coding contest. We have several, I don't know the exact numbers, but several dozen kids signed up. We've been getting alerts about submissions already, which is a little early, but hopefully they've done everything that they want to do on their projects. But we're really excited to see every time we do one of these contests, the kids really dive into them, and we see some really amazing projects come out of them. And that's the sort of thing that really inspires us. And I know as a librarian, seeing that inspires you guys. It also is something that looks really nice when you're making a presentation to the board or to your supervisors saying, hey, this is how this program is going. This is what the kids are learning and developing. So as we get those submissions and as we grade them, what we'll do is we'll let you know if any of your kids have either won or if they've made something really cool that we'll share with you so you can see it and congratulate them in person or share that with your community as well. Are you all getting, let me take a step back. Have you all heard about the summer contest and how it's going or what it's about? Okay. Given that some of you are new, I probably should have anticipated that. Let me find the website. Okay, so part of the new, there we go. Well, where is the new website? Part of the new curriculum is we put everything in the world of Prendopolis. And we've made a villain for Prendopolis named Dr. Lunar, who wants to take over and destroy the internet and make it boring and ugly and no fun for anyone. And the idea is that in learning coding, your students, your coders, your patrons will be able to help thwart the villain and keep him from, destroying the internet. And they'll also learn a lot of really cool things along the way. This is not the new one. Where did he move that to? So because as part of that, this summer's coding contest, okay, I just got to look somewhere else for this. there we go, is focused on, Dr. Lunar and his nefarious schemes. So here's the contest website. I'm gonna put it in the chat, and then I'm gonna share my screen again. Okay. So the idea is build awesome things, win cool prizes. So this year, with the summer reading theme being Tales and Tales, we decided to tie that in. And it is what has happened. The story is Dr. Lunar has crashed the Prendopolis Public Zoo's website, and we need the coders to generate content for the website when they get it back up. So we've asked them to make either an animated video featuring animals, or to make a web page that tells about animals, an informative web page about animals. So far, I anticipate, based on the other challenges, the spring one and the summer one, I anticipate we'll probably get about half and half. We'll have half will do the animation and half will do the website, and we'll get some fantastic things along the way. What we need from you guys is to just kind of encourage your coders to sign up for this. Say, hey, here's something you can do along with summer reading. I know it's late in the game for some of you, but if you could incorporate it into your summer reading challenge even, that'd be really cool. And I think you'd see a lot of excitement from that. It'd be a great way to promote Code Club within your library right now. Are you still with me? Can you see my missions page now? Okay, so here is the Bringing the Zoo into the Wild is the one about creating an animation. And you can see, here's the story. Dr. Lunar's deleted the Prendopolis City Zoo's website. Here's what the kids will have to do in their animation to make sure that it meets the criteria for grading, and a little extra challenge if they want. Once they've completed it, we give them a template to start on, and once they've completed it, they can submit it, and we'll judge it. Another one is Teach Me About an Animal. And again, the story, and here's a template, HTML, so they don't have to kind of create that. We give them a starting point. And then again, just some check boxes to make sure that they meet the criteria for the website. Lots of great stuff that they can do from there. And again, we've just been flabbergasted by how fantastic these projects are every year or every contest. So any questions about that before we move on? No? We are going to be doing these contests once a quarter, I think. Either once a quarter or once or 3 times a year. We're going to be hosting these. There will always be prizes for the top projects in each age group. And ideally, it'll be something that you can use, again, to promote Code Club and just get some more involvement. Now, summer virtual Code Clubs. Looks like we lost Peter. Hopefully he'll be back. Summer virtual Code Club. I'm very excited about this. Last year we did this. We hosted through Zoom virtual meetings for coders all over the country who are part of Prenda libraries. And this year we had so much growth, even with COVID. We saw so many new partners like yourselves sign up. We have partner libraries in New Zealand, and we have partner libraries in Canada, and we have partner libraries all over America, and hopefully soon we'll have schools partnering with us in Scandinavia and such, and then we can branch into adapting it to new languages and Spanish and French, and then the world's our oyster. But even from last summer, the opportunities for connection with coders around the world is just has grown so much. And it's a great opportunity for the kids in your community to connect with other kids with similar interests all over, to network, to solve problems together. Right now, we have I don't know the breakdown of where they're all from, but we have, just give you an idea. We have about 34 kids signed up for that. And reminders will be going out all summer long. And kids can continue to sign up all summer long. The first meeting is this Thursday. If they make it to that meeting, that's great. If they don't, that's fine. They can come whenever they're available. It'll be every Thursday at this time for an hour, and it'll be on Zoom, which everyone's familiar with, probably more familiar with than I am right now. Last year, we just saw some really great networking and connections. What we also saw, it was a great opportunity for facilitators such as yourselves to join in and kind of get their feet wet with that kind of programming and connect with other guides and just see how it's done. So if anyone's interested in joining me for those and helping out, I'd be more than happy to have you. Just let me know. But we're very excited to see the number of kids who are signing up, and I anticipate that number will continue to increase as we start to have these and word starts to spread about how awesome they are. With both of these, the contest and virtual code club, we're promoting them on our end, but we just encourage you and hope that you would also promote them on your end, because that's, you know, exactly who to target in your community. All we can do is send it to kids who are already signed up. We would hope that you'd be able to kind of reach other groups who we haven't got information about yet. And the more the merrier. So, all right. So, how many of you have gotten to look at the training materials as they stand right now? Anybody?
I've looked a little, but not much.
A little bit. That's fine. That's fine. I'm curious. Let me get to, no. Oh yes, that is where I want to be. So if you haven't seen it yet, the training center is currently at that link. We are working, or we've been talking about, as part of the update to these materials, putting it in the admin page of the app, just so you've got a one-stop shop. And I think that is the direction we're going to go with it, just to make it more convenient. Right now, the materials that are up there are a little dated, just because of all the updates we've been making to the app, curriculum changes, etc. So as soon as we are at a point where we've got the look and the feel of the website, we are going to do a complete overhaul of these training materials. Some of it, you know, of what we need to put in, we're aware of, but I'd like to hear what you think would be helpful for us to include, just to make sure from your end, first timers running this program, working with this software, what would you want to make sure that we tell you how to do? Or what kind of training would be most helpful for you? You can think about it for a little bit. And if you've got an answer already, feel free to chime in.
If I'm being really honest, my director signed us up, so I am really unfamiliar with
Okay,
the program as a whole.
That we kind of understand that, and we expect to see that. And what we can do, Beth, it might be valuable if you and I had a Zoom chat at some point when you had time and were available, and I could walk you through just the basics of the software a little bit more. And I can do that with everybody. We could even go through a little bit right now if we thought that was valuable. Excuse me. So, but yeah, that is part of the way we, you know, the nature of our onboarding right now is that we understand that the guides, the people actually running the contest or running the clubs, might not have been aware it was going to happen until they got a call from, tapped on the shoulder. Yeah. Is that you, Julie?
No, but because I've been trying to get this since last fall
Wow.
and wrote a grant that was successful, and now that's why we're onboarding. But I don't think I can have any questions until I myself have trained myself to do some of your activities.
I understand that as well. So
Yeah.
as those questions come up, please just send them to me, email me, and I can plug those into our training update document and what we need to add. One thing pretty much everything we've covered in these last few videos, last few training sessions that have been recorded, and I can get you those videos from the previous ones if you'd like, will include, just because we've talked about updates to the software in each one of these sessions, and we'll include training on those updates, things like Google Classroom integration and I forget what the first ones were. Oh, we added a lot to the administration site that is not included in the current training, like editing coders and seeing their progress and all that sort of thing. So all of that will be, step number one to include in the new training. And I will, when I send out these, because I'll send out the recording to all of you of this video, and I'll include kind of links to the previous videos as well. So you can check those out if you feel inclined. Anyone else have any specific things that you're just weighing on your mind as, how am I going to do this? Because I was kind of in that situation when I was in Idaho Falls. My director came to me and said, guess what, Ryan, the mayor wants us to start a code club for kids. You're going to run it. You have a couple months to get ready. Good luck. Now they did provide me with some Chromebooks, which was nice. But then that's kind of how I got connected with Prenda, was that I decided, rather than create my own curriculum in 2 months, I would find someone who'd already got started on that. And well, the rest is history. We actually had a very successful first code club, and it stayed very successful all along, which is one of the reasons I'm here now, is because I have a real belief that this can be a very, very successful program for your libraries and for your communities. So I've seen that, and I've seen the change in the kids and all that they can learn. So really rooting for you guys to make that happen. And I know you can. You're awesome. You wouldn't be here if you weren't awesome. So I understand the whole getting your feet wet, not sure what to do. Again, if you ever have any questions, please just let me know. Just shoot them my way, set up a meeting with me, and we'll take care of it. So would it be valuable, real fast, if I ran through kind of, I need to get a drink apparently. If I ran through how the software looks and functions and flows with everybody? Would that be? Okay, let's do that. So I'm gonna do a share again. Have you all made your admin accounts?
No.
Okay. No, Deanna? Have you gotten an email about how to make one,
I
Deanna,
don't
Julie?
recall seeing one, but does that mean I didn't get one? No.
I know, we all get so many emails. What we can do is I will make sure that you're all in the system. If you're not, I will resend you that email and you can make your admin account. That's step number one, because learning the software really is all about diving in and trying it out. So here is the short version. This is, let's see, this is our home base. As our curriculum is broken down into workouts and missions. Oh, silly me. Okay. And they are now tabbed. As you can see, I've completed them all because I cheated and I had the complete all missions button which you will have as well. But as you complete a mission, you get, or as you complete a workout, you get different items to put on your avatar, on your hero. So all of these guitar and shield and gloves and boots and robot and sunglasses were acquired by completing a workout. So if I went to the games section, all of these workouts here are about creating games in different formats. If I wanted to do, if I open up the Scratch one, each workout is broken down into tasks. You'll have an introduction, a little bit of information, a task at the bottom. And once you're done, it will, well, if I hadn't finished it, it would have rewarded me with a new bit of swag. Let me see here. Maybe I can sign in as one of my daughters. Don't tell them. All right, so this is one of my daughters. And you can see she has this will show the workouts that are available. This is the stuff that is unlocked, but she hasn't finished. You can see she started working on this one. She's about half done. Started working on this one, not quite halfway done, but it also shows you what bit of swag is available if you complete it. And again, you can break it down into general, into web. If you go to web or games, you can see that there are workouts that she hasn't unlocked yet, and it'll tell you what you have to complete to unlock it. And you'll see she'll see ones that she could start right now. So if I'm just gonna cheat real fast here for her. If they try to hit the done button real too fast like that, it'll send them back. There's a bit of a time lag there. And once we're done, I just want you to see what they're going to see. Say, congratulations, you earned the black boots. Yay! And then she can go to her gear page and it'll show the new items she earned and the items she has, and she can add those to her avatar. So as you complete missions, you'll get other bits of swag, different tools for completing the missions. Just to add the purpose of that is to give it a little gamification, give them a reward for completing and a way to compare, well, not really compare, but share with their friends. In the portfolio section, projects that you finished would be featured here if she wanted to set some up. And somewhere we can see on the home base top projects from other coders, a way to kind of share what you've been doing with the Code Club community. If there are changes, she'll see announcements here. So there's new curriculum, new contest has started. They'll get a notification there. The streak feature is current logins in a row. So each week that they log in a row, that streak will increase. And then her current maximum or highest streak. What she can work on next, what she's currently working on. And then if she's part of an official library program, this is where she can either join one, with the code given by you guys, or where it'll show what program she's in. Once they're in a program, it'll also give them an opportunity to see their friends who are in that same program and what they've accomplished and what they're working on, so that they can work together and show off all their accomplishments. It's really cool stuff. My kids aren't part of a program because they're just kind of working from home right now. Any questions about that? Show of hands. Any thoughts? Any? All of this is kind of broken down a lot better in the training materials, and will be much better in the training materials when we make the new ones. But that's what the coders will see and how it'll flow for them. Again, they can work on what they like, what they're interested in, and just kind of ignore the rest. There's a whole lot to be done in each section. A lot of work they can do on web development, on games, on just general scripting if they're interested in that. And all of these have been redone recently, so it's really up-to-date quality material. And your job is really just to get them signed up and help them explore. There's not a whole lot as a facilitator you have to do other than be enthusiastic and encourage them to find what they're interested in and continue to work. I mean, you all know that. It's just like any program at a library. You just gotta, if you're enthusiastic about it, the kids will be, and then they'll take it and run with it. So, so that being said, we'll get to our question for the day. Other than COVID, because we know COVID is like the big thing stopping us. Is anyone doing in-person programs yet? Is anyone at that point? No. I've heard a few libraries who've kind of got a timetable now, but that's about it. So other than COVID, what do you think is oh, Angie says she's got something going. Yes. Way to go, Angie. Good for you guys. What's your biggest obstacle? What do you think is kind of the biggest thing in your way of having a successful code club? Yes, Julie.
Right now, it's staffing.
Oh,
We
yeah.
laid off a lot of people, had to close.
Mhm.
I'm working with a staff of 4. I used to have a staff of 11,
Oof.
and that includes me.
Oof.
Okay, so actually, the fact that everything is virtual right now makes it much easier to maneuver and to be able to manage our time with our programs. And this is going to be no different.
Awesome.
We do have a Girls Who Code Club, and we continued that through everything virtually. And we have a couple of book clubs that we've been doing virtually. We hired a videographer to video us doing story times, and which unfortunately many of those will have to be taken down shortly due to copyright issues.
Oh,
but
the ever eternal struggle of copyright.
Yes, yeah. So this is going to be a lot like what you're doing with us now. We're going to be sharing a screen and running our code club classes this way.
Well, that's good. And it's really set up to function that way really well, ideally. It sounds like you've got the experience to run that. So that's great. And in terms of staffing, we will be doing those virtual meetings all summer and probably in the fall as well. Just that way, we can be part of your programming offering. You can say, Brenda's offering virtual code clubs. You can sign up here, and that'll just kind of give you another offering, free up some staff time as well. That's what we're here to help with. So, anyone else? That's a really important consideration that we need to keep in the back of our heads here. That you guys are struggling with staffing issues as well. Anybody? No? Just COVID? Darn COVID. Soon. There's a light at the end of that tunnel. I can see it. What I will ask you to do is when you've got a time frame, if you can let me know, just so I can have that in the back of my mind, just to check in and see if there's more resources that I can offer you. I'm going to give you a couple more links in the chat here. One is our Facebook group. Feel free to join that and join in the conversation there. Also, and actually, I'm not sure if I can have this in. Everything's a mystery sometimes. What I will send you in the recap is links to, oh, there it is. Oh, that's why. Links to some of the resources we put together, including a no tech coding resources, set of activities that teach coding principles without needing a computer. That way you can send those home and use those to help promote Prenda. If you're doing make and takes kind of thing, you can just stick them in there. A lot of fun activities that can be used and done in a whole lot of different settings. Other than that, if there's no final questions or comments, I think we'll probably be done for today. I am super excited to work with you all. I know that, again, as I say, you're all must be very great at your jobs. You all must be very passionate about your work. That's why you're here. And I'm excited to see what we can all do together for your communities. So do reach out if you need anything. I'm here, ready to help, excited to help, and we will get this going. So,
Thanks.
Thank you.
yeah. Y'all have a great day now.
Thanks. Have a great day.